Within the serene mountains, a boy could be seen practicing his sword move while standing in the river. The boy said, "Every time we go out, we get credit points. Today it is my turn to show some skill." Saying so, he unleashed his sword move, which disrupted the water near him to a large extent. Due to the attack, the fishes caught up in it became unconscious. The boy happily put those fishes inside a bag and started heading towards where his friend Zion was. Within the forest, a girl could be seen bathing in a hot spring. At this moment, the girl felt some movement behind the bushes, so she attacked without hesitation. She sent a water arrow towards the bushes. At this moment, the boy hurriedly came out and with a flustered voice shouted, it's me, stop, Zion." The girl, Zion, said with a stern look, "Turn around and close your eyes." The boy with the red face said, "Okay." After a while, the boy spoke, "Zion, I caught a lot of fishes today." At this moment, the girl with an angry look pulled his ear and dragged him while nagging, "We already decided that we would meet in an hour, so why did you come so early?" The boy cried, "Zion, please be gentle, it hurts. I heard that the demons have been active lately, so I got worried and came to check in on you." Zion gave him a cold look and asked, "Are you sure you didn't have any other intentions?" The boy with a straight face said, "No way, I am known as an honest and well-behaved young man. How can I do such a lewd and greasy thing as peeking?" The girl then replied in a sarcastic tone, "Oh, really?" After saying that, she marched forward. Time passed, and soon it was afternoon. The boy was carrying a deer and a rabbit and walked forward while the girl followed. The boy spoke, "Zion, I have hunted so many things today. This time, I'll lie. Should have nothing to say." At this moment, the boy sensed something and asked the girl if she also smelled something. It was the smell of blood, and that too a strong smell. The girl Zion replied, "Of course, you will smell blood when you are carrying a prey on your back." The boy's expression became solemn as he said, "It is not the smell of prey's blood, but it is more like that of humans." At this moment, they see a huge firecracker burst in the sky. Seeing that, they both became alert, because it was the signal that was sent at the time of danger. They understood that their village was in danger. They ran hurriedly towards the village. The village was burning. When they reached the entrance of the village, they were shocked to see the destruction that had occurred. The demons were slaughtering the humans everywhere without any hesitation. At this moment, a man with a spear stood up. He with resolute eyes said, "I'll fight you demons." But having resolute is one thing and power is another. One of the passing demons slashed the man with his sword, making him fall on his abdomen. The demons howled in ecstasy seeing the carnage in front of them. The demon who slashed the man laughed, "Poor human beings, they are so fragile." The man who was dying saw the boy who had arrived and said, "Ichi, it seems I cannot eat the prey you hunted today." Ichi, seeing this, shouted, "No, I'll lie, you cannot leave me." At this moment, the girl shot the energy arrow towards the demon who slashed Alai. The girl coldly shouted towards the demon, "You will pay with your lives." The demons looked at the girl, laughed and said, "Looks like this little mess got angry." The girl Zion kept shooting energy arrows towards the demons. The demon who slashed the man Alai charged towards the girl. As the distance was close, the girl couldn't shoot the arrow and waited for the attack to land on her. But at this critical movement, Ichi appeared and blocked the attack with his sword. Ichi gritted his teeth and said, "Today I am going to kill all of you demons," after saying that he slashed. The demon dodged the attack, but the mount couldn't. The demon landed on the ground and smirked. "I really didn't expect that. There would be two young human cultivators in such a small and remote village." Ichi ignored the demon's words and attacked him, while shouting, "This is for my friend Alai." Even though the attack was powerful, but if it didn't land, then it was useless. The demon easily dodged the attack. It appeared behind Ichi and said, "You can't take revenge with this level of skills." Ichi turned around and intercepted the demon's claw with his sword. But as the demon's physical strength was too much, Ichi was pushed back. He tightened the grip on his sword, and then thought, "This demon's strength and speed are better than mine, so it is only a matter of time before I am defeated. I can't him back for much longer." The demon smirked, seeing the wretched state of Ichi. He then said, "The law of the jungle doesn't distinguish between the genders, but only between the strong and the weak have only one fate." After saying that, he raised his claw and imbued it with demonic energy. He then slashed it towards Ichi. Even though Ichi tried to dodge, he was a bit late. As a result, he was slashed. The demon then kicked the boy towards the boulder. The girl Zion shouted with anger seeing this. But at this moment, the demon pointed towards her and bound her hands with demonic energy. The demon then walked towards the severely injured Ichi and scoffed. "An like human, how dare you fight with me?" He then put his paw on the boy's face and said, "This world is for the demon race, you humans. Your era has long since passed. Now the world will welcome the great demon era." He continued, "If we hadn't taken pity on you and rewarded you with a few pieces of forest, you wouldn't have had a chance to survive. Blame yourself for being born in the wrong era." On the other side, the demons had captured the girl Zion. The demons looked hungrily towards the girl. The other demon broke Ikai's arm and made him wail in pain. But seeing as how the demons had captured his friend Zion, the boy gritted his teeth and said, "Let her go." The demon then stopped and said, "Oh, you seem to care a lot about your girlfriend." He then stomped on him and shouted, "A mere human orders us to let someone go. How dare you?" He then continued stomping on him and shouted, "Go on, save her, useless aunt. If you don't go, then the consequences would be very serious." As Ichi lied there half dead, he worried about Zion more than himself. Inside a room, the demons had dragged the girl Zion. They then forced her on a table and were preparing to feed on her. At this moment, the other demon dragged half-dead Ichi and threw him inside the room. Seeing his condition, Zion was horrified. She shouted, "Ichi, open your eyes, Ichi, talk to me." And then the other demon emerged inside the room. Ichi, still with the last ounce of his strength, tried to get up and pleaded, "Please let her go." The girl cried and said, "Ichi, please don't move." The demon then hit her face on the table. Ichi slowly crawled up to her and said, "Zion, as I promised, I will definitely protect you." Zion, with tears in her eyes, said, "Ichi, that's enough. Please don't move. My fate has been sealed." The demons, seeing this, laughed out loud. They joked, "What a touching scene. This is why playing with humans is so much fun." The demon then kicked the boy and laughed. He said in a mocking tone, "Now just watch and feel your own weakness and helplessness." The demons then polished the blade and started discussing among themselves, "This girl's body is soft and delicate, so she must taste good. Left hand is mine then, right hand is mine." The other demon said, "Rest of her body is mine." Ikai's consciousness was slowly fading. He had anger, regret, and helplessness for being so weak. And soon his eyes closed and his consciousness sank into the never-ending darkness. As he was floating in the abyss of darkness, his mind was clouded with several thoughts. "All this time, you were the one who protected me in the village. For me, you were the most important person. I couldn't protect you until the end. I can't let this happen." At this moment his mind went berserk and red demonic aura started engulfing the room. Ikai's eyes opened wide, and there was nothing inside. It was hollow, and only blood-red aura shined. Sensing the sudden change in the atmosphere, the demons turned towards the source of this disturbance. The girl Zion also looked towards the direction of disturbance and trembled. In front of them all stood a monster, a human-shaped monster. This was not the naive Ichi, but someone exuding deathly aura. The leader of the demon was shocked and shouted, "How could this happen? What is wrong with this kid?" He gritted his teeth and thought, "How can this human have the aura and pressure of a high demon?" The other demons were not that patient and thoughtful, so one of them directly charged towards Ichi with his sword. The boy simply lifted his demonic hand and smashed the demon's head on the ground, instantly killing him. The other demons were shocked seeing this. But as they were demons, and were used to violence, they quickly recovered and attacked Ichi from behind. Ichi turned his head and pierced the demon's heart out of its body. The demon still couldn't believe that it was killed by a human. Ichi didn't stop and charge forward. He didn't have an ounce of hesitation. Neither did he have the slightest change of expression. It was as if killing these demons was like swatting flies. The leader of demon had understood that its time had come. Outside the village, several people had assembled. They could tell that the village was under attack. A man with a sword on his back said, "What a strong demonic aura. I will go and check it out." This aura was leaking from the room where Ichi was, and of course the source of it was Ichi himself. All the demons in the room lay dead. Ichi sat on top of the leader demon and kept on beating him. For the first time did the leader demon feel the fear of death. He shouted, "You have demon blood in you. You can't kill me, I am your kin." But the boy, as if he was an emotionless machine, pierced the demon's heart. As the leader demon laid lifeless, the boy heard a soft yet trembling voice, "Ichi." This was the voice of the girl Yizayan. She asked in a flustered voice, "What is wrong with you?" The boy turned around and started walking towards Yizayan. The girl was terrified and shouted, "Ichi, wake up, I am Yizayan." As the boy was about to grab her neck, it seemed that he was jolted awake, and he stopped. Slowly those red hollow eyes turned back into normal human eyes, and before the boy lost consciousness he said, "Yizayan." No one knew how much time had passed, but as the boy slowly opened his eyes, he could see some shouting, "These beasts! He killed so many of us. I didn't expect this guy to be a member of the demon tribe. We treated him so well all these years, and this is how he bit us in the back." When finally the boy opened his eyes, he could see that he was tied to a platform to a stone pillar. People were cursing him, calling him a monster, and even urging to kill him. Some people were even throwing stones at him. Ichi shouted, "Let me go. I am not a demon." One of the men couldn't control himself and threw a punch on the boy. He shouted, "How dare you defend yourself when you have claws?" Ichi saw one of his hand and was shocked. He couldn't believe that it was his hand. Ichi shouted, "I am not a demon. Where is Zion? She will tell you. She will help me." The man kicked Ichi and shouted, "You have killed so many people, and you still want people to help you." The people who lost their family, friends, and even loved ones, all directed their anger towards Ichi. They shouted in anger they wanted to kill him, but before that they wanted to torture him. The swordsman was within the crowd, and when he saw Ichi, he was heartbroken. He with clenched fists thought, "How dare you cheat me, Ichi? I treated you like a friend, and you betrayed me. I won't let you die too easily." The man who punched Ichi shouted, "You hear that? Everyone wants you to die as soon as possible." Ichi looked down and thought, Why have I become like this?" The man then shouted, "When the elder comes back tomorrow, it will be your death day. Let's go, everyone." On a mountain, a blonde-haired woman and a man could be seen observing the destruction below. This woman had cat-like ears, which signified that she was not a human. She said while clicking her tongue, "I can't believe the wolves got a head start first." Time passed and soon it was night time. Ichi was still tied to the tree, as he observed the moon above. At this moment a girl's voice resounded, "You are on the verge of death, and yet you still want to enjoy the moon?" This girl was none other than Yizayan. Seeing the girl and the dagger she had in her hand, the boy smiled and said, "Zion, are you here to kill me? Good, I can die by your hands." But before he could complete his sentence, the girl cut the ropes that tied him and turned around to leave. Ichi couldn't believe this and shouted, "Why are you freeing me? I am a demon." The girl who was leaving turned back and slapped hard on Yikai's face. The boy stumbled down and fell. Yizayan then coldly said, "Wake up, Ichi, and listen to me. No matter what you have become, to me you are still the same, Ichi." The boy slowly got up and said, "But they all say that I..." He couldn't complete his sentence as the girl came and hugged him. She said affectionately, "Never mind what they say, besides, I don't care if you are a human or demon." Ichi calmed down a little but still refuted. Izayan couldn't control her anger and kicked him. She shouted, "Are you an idiot?" She then threw him a bag and said, "All right, now take your bag and get out of this village. Don't ever come back. Otherwise these people will leave you alive. No hurry." Izayan, although had a motionless face, her eyes couldn't hide the sense of sadness. She then said, "Find a safe place to live, Ichi." Sensing the urgency in her voice, Ichi got up and parted ways with her. He also understood that the people won't listen to him, no matter what, as he was not of the human race anymore. At this moment a loud shout resounded. "Izayan, how dare you free a demon?" Then the cold-faced swordmaster stood in front of Ichi and blocked his way. Izayan shouted, "Kyuchu, we have all known Ichi for so many years, don't you trust him?" The cold-faced swordmaster imbued his fists with chi, and with clenched teeth said, "My parents were killed because they trusted the demons. They were kind-hearted, but I won't repeat the same mistake again." After saying that, he attacked Ichi, but Ichi had quick reflexes and dodged the attack. Then the swordmaster kicked Ichi on his arm. He then grabbed his throat and pinned him on the ground. Ichi said in a muffled voice, "Kyuchu, please believe me." The swordmaster punched Ichi and shouted, "Don't call me by my name, you monster." The girl Izayan shouted, "Stop it, Kyuchu, it is not what you think." The man responded with anger, "You don't meddle in between us." Kyuchu then punched with full power, but that punch was blocked by Ichi. He had had enough. If no one was to listen to his side of the story, then he didn't have to hold back anymore. His eyes became cold, and the surrounding temperature dropped down several degrees. The swordmaster trembled and thought, "What a strong demonic aura. Just standing near him is sending chills down my spine." So he quickly moved back. As Ichi got up, he said in a hoarse voice, "It seems you really want to kill me, my good brother." Kyuchu took out his long sword and said, "Of course, as long as they're demons, they will be killed." He then raised his sword and attacked Ichi. Thick sword energy collided with demonic energy, as Ichi blocked the attack with his claw. This in turn caused a huge energy explosion. Kyuchu was sent back several steps from his sword. He couldn't believe it, as both of their attacks contained the same amount of power. But then he heard a melodious yet cold voice, "Bullying a little demon is nothing. If you have the guts, you can fight with me." When the dust settled, a beautiful cat demon could be seen protecting Ichi. That's all for this video. Well, do you think our main character is a naive fool? If yes, then please comment below.